Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Ozcast Network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Ozcast.
Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Ozcast.
Welcome back to Just Podding Around, the podcast where kayfabe is alive, baby faces shine, and the heels, well, they stab you in the back when you least expect it. I'm your host, Reese, and today we're stepping deep into betrayal territory. I'm talking about the moments that made your jaw drop, made you chuck your foam finger at the TV, and turned the landscape of pro wrestling upside down. This is a top 10 greatest heel turns in wrestling history. Let's get stuck in. At number 10, we've got Cena's shocking turn. John Cena turns heel. Elimination Chamber 2025. John Cena had won the Elimination Chamber match. Cody Rhodes had come out to talk to The Rock and talk about aligning. Cody Rhodes refuses, and John Cena embraces him until he wasn't embracing him any further. John Cena went on to attack Cody Rhodes and align himself with The Rock, turning his back on everything the fans knew about him. Cena spent over 20 years as WWE's moral compass. Turning him heel was wrestling's final forbidden fruit, and when it finally happened, it sent shockwaves through the company. And when people who don't even watch wrestling know that John Cena just turned into a bad guy, you know it was the right thing. There were tears, there was boos, and there was deafening disbelief. At number 9, we got Kevin's cold-blooded betrayal. Kevin Steen turns on El Generico. Ring of Honor 2009. Kevin Steen and El Generico, aka Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, had been beloved underdog team. After a tough loss, Steen grabbed a chair and obliterated his best mate. It wasn't just the brutality, it was the emotional weight. Their friendship had been a years-long storyline in ROH. The betrayal sparked a blood feud that followed them to NXT and WWE. There was silence, then there was rage. It was a violent, cold-blooded moment. At number 8, we got the friendship over. Ciampa turns on Gargano. NXT TakeOver Chicago. DIY had just lost a brutal ladder match. As the credits rolled, Tommaso Ciampa turned on Johnny Gargano with a savage assault. It kicked off one of NXT's best storylines ever. A blood feud that spanned years, multiple takeovers, and emotional matches. It proved NXT could tell layered, personal stories every bit as compelling as the main roster. There were gasps, boos, and legit tears. Some fans felt this one. At number 7, we've got Roman's rebirth. Roman Reigns turns heel. After years of being force-fed to fans as the heroic face of WWE, Roman Reigns disappeared in early 2020. He returned at SummerSlam, speared the life out of Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, and aligned himself with Paul Heyman. It redefined Roman's character. No more pandering, no more catchphrases. He became a dominant, calculating villain who expected respect, earning it through violence. Since it happened during the pandemic Thunderdome era, there were no live fans, but online exploded. Fans begged for this for years, and when it happened, it felt perfect. At number 6, we've got the corporate champion. The Rock joins the corporation. At Survivor Series 98, fans rallied behind The Rock. He was electrifying, funny, charismatic, and ready to claim the WWF Championship. What they didn't expect, Vince and Shane McMahon helping him win the crown with the corporate champion. It completed The Rock's turn from a flashy mid-card act to main event megastar. He went from fan favourite to smug, Armani suit-wearing corporate sellout overnight. And it gave the McMahon family their perfect front man against Austin. There were massive boos, and the same fans who cheered Rock months earlier turned on him instantly. At number 5, we've got the Giant betrayal. Andre the Giant turns on Hulk Hogan. If you're old school, this is your betrayal. Andre the Giant, beloved everywhere, challenged his best mate Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship at WrestleMania 3 after siding with Bobby the Brain Heenan. It was the ultimate David vs. Goliath storyline. Andre had been the gentle, lovable giant for years. Turning him heel added massive intrigue to the Mania Showdown, which drew 93,000 plus at the Pontiac Silverdome, and became one of the most iconic matches in history. Pure heartbreak. Andre was adored. Seeing him turn was a gut punch. At number 4, we've got the Architect's Chair Shot. Seth Rollins turns on the Shield. The Shield was untouchable. Dominating WWE since 2012, Roman, Dean and Seth were a brotherhood. On Raw in 2014, after battling Evolution, Triple H stood outside the ring, sledgehammer in hand. Then Seth Rollins grabbed a chair and annihilated Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. In a modern WWE landscape that often telegraphed its turns, this one blindsided fans. Rollins instantly became the Authority's golden boy, while the Shield, arguably WWE's best faction in years, was dead in an instant. There were audible gasps, that rare moment in modern wrestling where the entire arena genuinely didn't see it coming. At number 3, we've got the Sweet Chin Betrayal. Shawn Michaels turns on Marty Jannetty. One of the most infamous betrayals of all time. The Rockers were beloved, flashy, energetic, fan favourites. In the barbershop segment, it seemed like they were patching things up. Handshake, a hug, it's all good. Bam. Sweet chin music out of nowhere. Marty Jannetty crashes through a glass window. The crowd was stunned, and Shawn Michaels instantly positioned himself as a cocky, arrogant heel. And everybody can remember what Bobby the Brain Heenan said when Jannetty went through the glass plate. Marty Jannetty was just trying to escape through the window. It proved a heel turn didn't have to be in a match. The drama of a backstage interview segment could pack just as much punch, sometimes more. It also jump-started HBK's career as a single star, eventually leading him to main event WrestleManias and become Mr. WrestleMania. And there was shock and genuine sadness. People loved the Rockers, and this one felt personal. At number 2, we've got Austin shakes hands with the devil. WrestleMania 17. WrestleMania 17, arguably the best Mania ever. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock for the WWF Championship. Austin's in his hometown, the crowd is hot, and the match is a war. Then Vince McMahon, Austin's mortal enemy for years, appears at ringside. And in a moment that made every fan's brain fry, Austin joins forces with the boss, using a steel chair to annihilate The Rock. This wasn't your typical evil corporate villain corrupts the hero story. Austin chose to betray the fans. It blurred the lines of his character. He wanted that title so badly he'd sell his soul for it. It also marked the symbolic end of the Attitude Era. From that night forward, the tone of wrestling changed, not always for the better. The crowd was mixed with horror and disbelief. Even as Austin raised Vince's hands, fans didn't know how to process it. Some booed, some cheered out of habit, but nobody forgot it. And at the number one spot, we've got the turn heard around the world, the biggest turn ever. Hulk Hogan joins the NWO. If there's a Mount Rushmore of shocking betrayals, this one's got front row seats. Bash at the Beach 1996. The Outsiders, Hall and Nash, are wrecking shop. The babyfaces are in trouble. Cue the hero's entrance, Hulk Hogan. Crowd erupts, thinking the cavalry's arrived. And then, boom. Leg drop on Macho Man Randy Savage. Fans didn't even process it at first. Hogan dropped that second leg. You could see disbelief wash over the crowd. And then came the garbage. Literal trash raining into the ring. Hogan had been pro wrestling's poster boy for over a decade. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, all that jazz. Him aligning with Hall and Nash to form the NWO shattered wrestling's traditional good guy versus bad guy dynamic. He kicked off the Monday Night War in earnest, catapulted WCW ahead of WWF in the ratings, and introduced shades of grey anti-heroes as a norm in wrestling storytelling. There was genuine, unfiltered rage in the crowd. Not boo that bad guy heat. This was, how dare you, my childhood's now ruined heat. And that's a wrap on the 10 greatest heel turns in wrestling history. From Cena's shocking transformation to Hulk Hogan's world-shattering betrayal, where you've seen just how a simple turn can redefine the entire wrestling dynamic. What do you think? Did I miss any iconic betrayals? Drop your thoughts and memories in the comments or hit me up on social media. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, in the world of pro wrestling, trust no one. Not even your favourite hero. Catch you next time on Just Podding Around.
Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award winning Ozcast Network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Ozcast.
Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.